Shocking news dropped this week. Jeremy Coker, who had been the team manager of the very successful Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing 450 program, has moved to Triumph. This came like a shock, Steve. I think you heard about it maybe Monday night or so. And I think you both had a chance to talk to him. Steve, what did you learn about how this is going to work?
Yeah, it is kind of a shock for sure because people close to him at Star never thought he would leave. He's been with that program for so long and he's won so many championships and he's got he's a pretty important guy there. So the people I talked to were like, wow, because he's got to move and all of this. But really, when you talk to Jeremy, and I did a podcast with him that dropped today, when you talk to Jeremy, this is a huge opportunity, man. He's a 450 team manager at Star, but this is the general manager of Triumph Racing. So SMX, GNCC they want to do, amateur racing program they're going to get going. They got a 450 coming out. This is a real big promotion, and also it gets him off the road. Real important to him. He's not going to be traveling as much. He's got a family and all of that. So big news, and congrats to Jeremy and Triumph. This is a good deal, I think, for both sides.
Yeah, you talked to him too, JT. Is that the vibe that you got? It's a different position than what he had.
Yeah, similar sentiments to what Steve had. I think if it had been a sideways move to go to Triumph, I don't think necessarily he would have done it, but I think the opportunity to grow that entire program, all the facets of it that Steve mentioned. And I also think we need to kind of mention Ricky Carmichael here. Ricky was instrumental in connecting dots. And if you want to think about a headhunter type thing, he went out and got the guy he wanted. Ricky saw that Coker was the right guy to kind of lead Triumph down the road and the path that they need to go. And it's, I think, a guy that's been there and done it and sees what winning looks like from the inside is the perfect person to take the right steps and go down the right direction to get Triumph to be successful, especially as Steve mentioned, about to launch that 450 program. And Jeremy's been so instrumental there with that. So a lot of things I'm sure had to come together for this. But most importantly, I'm just really happy for Jeremy Coker getting to do exactly what he was looking for.
Yeah, let's not forget that the Star team bought the goat farm. They all moved to Tallahassee. Ricky's like the motocross mayor of Tallahassee. So he's tight with anyone that was involved with that program. And by the way, Triumph did lose Bobby Hewitt, who was the team principal for the first year of the racing program. So that's kind of why they had an opening. But back on the Yamaha side, do we have any clue what is Star going to do, Steve? You have any idea? My suggestion is just make Christian Craig a 450 racer, team manager, and 250 coach. That's my suggestion.
You put that in a text with Christian Weege. Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah, take all the money.
Yeah, no, listen, Jeremy told me in the podcast that he's recommended Rich Simmons take the gig. Rich has been doing chassis suspension stuff with the guys. He's got experience at Factory Honda, experience at TLD. And he thought if Rich stepped in there, that the program would move pretty seamless. I don't know if that's going to happen, but Rich would do a good job. Also on the Triumph side, look, they should be applauded for what they've done with a brand new motorcycle from the ground up. They didn't throw plastics on another brand and say we're Triumph. They've done a great job. But there's been some dysfunction there, man. I reported on this a while ago with the Evan Ferry stuff. Obviously, I'm close to the Ferry family, but I did my homework and talking to other people. Bobby Hewitt, before the year one was out, he's gone, and he was the guy that stepped in. Joey Savacci leaves the program before the last 3 SMX races. We have the Evan Ferry thing, and as much as they deserve some props, there's some dysfunction there. And Coker acknowledged that to me and said that one of the reasons that they said, "Hey, stop this! Like, let's have the start of a new program." And so I think that's good too. I think Jeremy will stop that sort of dysfunction that appeared to be happening a little bit.
Yeah, but JT, isn't this a good sign? Look, we've seen new brands, new teams, whatever they come in, and it goes sideways, honestly, more than it doesn't. This really reaffirms Triumph's commitment here. Even though the first year I thought was good, talking to the team manager, Scuba Steve Westfall, he thought it was embarrassing. That's just how competitive these people are. Let there be no doubt. They have big plans for the future.
So I would take their problems versus many of the other problems of upstart teams and OEMs that we've seen because they have a good motorcycle. It's so difficult to fix everything else around it if the motorcycle is not good enough. And look at the starts they got. Look at MX2 class in Europe, how well those guys are doing. Mikkel Harup and these guys. They look great right out of the box. Now, was there some missteps? Were there things they need to sort out? Of course, that is those are growing pains that are always going to happen no matter what. But I still say my first point I made, the motorcycle being capable is the most important factor. You're going to attract talent just like they did. Look at who they got. Austin Forkner, Jordan Smith. Like, they've got real legitimate guys over there that can win races in 2025. If the motorcycle wasn't good, I promise you, no matter what, they wouldn't get that level of talent over there. So the rest of it can be sorted out. And it seems like they've already got the guy in Jeremy Coker to sort the rest of those wrinkles out.
Yeah, let's go call Keith Johnson about Cannondale, or maybe that Jason Thomas about the Husqvarna program, or so on and so forth. I was on the first KTM team, in 2000, won a national, not recognized, but
no plaque.
yeah, no plaque, no nothing. But it is totally the bike. Yes, the bike starts the program up, and like JT said, it's very, very good. They've made some changes, to the bike program as well. They're going to start running the Get stuff for the ECUs, so that's going to help them a little bit. And like JT said, that's a real powerful lineup. And yeah, they want to go GNCC racing, Weege. They want to build an amateur program. They got this 450. Coker's the man to do it.
Yeah, this is exciting news for them. You hate to see the hope of a new brand or team coming in and then have it come crashing down. Looks like that's not the case here.